Hello everyone. Let's talk about the role of physical self-regulation in treatment of temporomandibular disorders in this video. The instructions that I typically give to these patients as a part of physical self-regulation are to have softer diet, smaller bites, and chew slowly, to reduce stress, and to improve sleep. So these are the 5S that the patient has to observe. Besides this, they have to restrict the mouth opening within painless range. They have to keep lips together and teeth apart at all times when they are awake and not using the masticatory apparatus for any of the functional activities. They also have to observe the presence of any muscle hyperactivity in the head and neck region and release them. And they have to practice a diaphragmatic breathing or a deep breathing pattern throughout the day. Let's discuss all of these in details now. A softer diet, smaller bites, slower chewing, and restriction of mouth opening within painless range helps the patient get pain relief faster. It avoids sending painful impulses to the central nervous system since the loading of the temporomandibular joint is reduced, and it helps in stopping the pain cycle that the central nervous system gets entrapped in chronic muscle pain disorders. By restriction of mouth opening within painless range, we do not mean that the patient has to stop using the masticatory apparatus altogether. The patient has to just reduce the range of function. This range has to be just sufficient to accomplish function but not initiate any pain impulse generation. As you know, in chronic pain disorders, impulse generation of pain leads to amplification of pain and continuation of the cyclic muscle pain disorder. A restriction of mouth opening within painless range and observation of softer diet, smaller bites, and slower chewing helps in reducing the pain generation in this pain cycle and helps the patient stop the pain cycle altogether. The patient is also instructed to keep lips together and teeth apart at all times when awake and observe the presence of any muscle hyperactivity in the head and neck region and avoid them. Keeping the lips together and teeth apart helps the patient in controlling daytime parafunction. The patient has also to be made aware that he or she is not supposed to chew on gums or betel nut or tobacco or clove or any of that sort. The only functions that the patient can carry out are the functional activities like speaking, swallowing, and chewing. And awareness of muscle hyperactivity in the head and neck region is very important for the patient. The patient has to release the head and neck muscles because increase in tone in the head and neck musculature leads to a corresponding increase in tone in the masticatory apparatus and may contribute to masticatory muscle pain disorder. Reduction of stress. Stress plays a very important role in masticatory muscle disorders, especially. The stress increases the resting tone of muscles of mastication as well as the head and neck. It reduces the capacity of the muscles to oxygenate themselves and to clear metabolized stress. By way of increasing the sympathetic activity, the patient remains in the state of fight or flight at all times, and this reduces the adaptability of the patient. Stress also compromises the immune response of the patient. Stress, by way of increasing the sympathetic activity, reduces oxygen supply to the masticatory apparatus, making it more prone to fatigue. Stress is also associated with personality disorders and disorders like irritable bowel syndrome, hypertension, autoimmune disorders that can reduce the adaptability of the patient. Stress also plays a very important role in increasing daytime parafunction in the patients of temporomandibular disorders. Physical self-regulation starts with explaining the disorder to the patient. It is very important for the patient to understand the nature of the problem, the cause of the problem, and the treatment protocol. Usually, it helps in controlling the patient's stress associated with the disorder itself and solves half the problem. The patient usually imagines the worst case scenario and is often stressed about the pain problem, which actually increases the pain problem itself. So an awareness of the cause, the treatment, and the nature of the pain problem helps the patient in regulating the pain and in contributing to the resolution of the symptoms. A diaphragmatic breathing pattern is important for the patient to keep carbon dioxide levels in the blood stable. It helps in keeping autonomic dysregulation in check. So advise your patients to practice deep diaphragmatic breathing, which is often absent in patients who suffer from anxiety and stress disorders. In improving the pattern of sleep and the duration of sleep is an important part of physical self-regulation. Disorders like obstructive sleep apnea or gastroesophageal reflux disease that obstruct sleep of the patient may contribute to the temporomandibular disorder. Treatment of these particular disorders of sleep is important in getting quick relief in temporomandibular disorders. An improvement in sleep pattern and duration will help in early recovery and pain relief in all the temporomandibular disorder patients, irrespective of presence of any of the associated sleep disorders.